Hi again. So I've been doing more Uber Evangelism at night in my modified Subaru WRX, hitting the clubs for the clubbers, so this is part 2. My conversations with them generally go through 4 stages, so here's my nighttime Uber Evangelism video, stage 4 Subaru WRX Uber Adventures.
What a fancy Uber.
Oh, thanks. Hi.
This is so cool.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, this is tight.
Are you guys going home or part 2?
Part 2.
Alright,
We're going to Rio, buddy. Take us there.
Let's go. Hi.
I love your craft.
Thanks. You girls look really nice.
This is definitely the coolest Uber drive I've ever had.
Thanks.
By far.
It's the best Uber fucking ride ever. 5 stars automatically, bro.
Woo!
Oh, I love it, bro.
Yeah, here we go. Let's go. Oh, nice.
Hey, you don't know my brother.
What kind of car is this? Are we in a race or something? What are we doing?
This is Subaru.
It's like Mario Kart? Are we Princess? Are we like Princess Peach?
Yeah, sure.
Or are we are Princess Peach? Are we Koopa?
And Jason, do you do coke?
No, I haven't done that this night.
Do you want to do it?
No.
Okay, just offering.
Do you want anything?
Maybe a Coke?
A Coke?
Yeah. Thanks. Are you still sick?
No, I'm like starting to get. I'm better, but like I don't want to fuck it up, you know.
Here, so they like watching these music videos.
Amazing.
I just installed these in preparation for Halloween.
Nice. And I was like, no, give me the keys so that I have to come home, otherwise I won't.
Nice.
He was like, I can take the keys. You can just come home whenever. I'm like, no. Otherwise, I will get really drunk and regret it tomorrow.
I guess that's one way.
Yeah.
That's a good plan.
Like, so I'm taking the keys. Something terrible will happen to them. I'm like, this is so great. Like, your boyfriend left you. Think about all the growth you're about to have. This is so exciting. I'm so excited for you. And they're like crying. I'm like, I'm sorry.
That could sound annoying.
Yeah, it's very annoying. I'm obnoxiously positive. I wasn't raised with religion, so I have very little knowledge.
That's perfect because I don't want to talk to religious experts. I want to just talk to regular people.
Sure.
So are you Muslim?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah. No, she's deist.
She is what?
She's deist. She doesn't believe religion.
Oh, she's a deist.
Yeah. Why did you ask me my religion?
Because I thought most Turkish people were Muslim.
Muslim, yeah, of course. 99%.
Yeah. I've studied a lot of religion and I realized that what people actually believe, it's not like by the book.
No, yeah, it's definitely kind
That
of.
what people actually believe
Yeah.
is different from like what I read in books.
Yeah.
What do you think happens after you die? So what do you think happens after we die?
Because this is like sort of physical reality is like a limited form. You know,
Okay.
like you're in your body, right?
Right.
And so like when you when you're no longer relevant in physical reality, you enter an expanded state, which is the spirit realm.
Okay. Question would be, how do you get to that heaven or heaven version?
The heaven version
How do you
of
get
things.
there?
So I think the steps to getting there would be just trying to kind of, like I said, those kind of professed or kind of common moral beliefs that I think we kind of can see between multiple different religions, whether it be Buddhism, Catholicism, Christianity, so on and so forth. just kind of being a generally good person, having generally good morals and kind of a sound foundation.
I mean, how good is good enough? I mean, are you good
Right?
enough
How do you judge that?
I mean, if you were to die like tomorrow, do you think you would end up in heaven or?
Bro, that's a great question. So I actually almost died like a year ago from a kind of crazy freak medical accident, and kind of made me think about a few things and put some things into perspective. And I would like to think, you know, I'm a pretty good person. I don't go around killing people or kicking puppies or anything like that. So
Is I believe in the possibility of anything and the certainty of nothing.
Dang, that's so confusing.
Well, I think it's actually less confusing than someone trying to say they know the answers.
Okay, then let me break it down for myself then. Is there a God or a personal God?
No.
So there is no
Not
God.
for me. But what I believe is that if someone has a God for themselves, that I think for whatever it is that you believe in, that there very well could be a God for what you believe in. Now, when I think about what I believe in, I don't personally have a specific God. For me, it's more about just doing good and being kind to people. I think there are miracles that happen. I tend to, when I say believe, I say it loosely because I think belief is a weird word, and just because it holds a lot of power. But
So if I back up a little bit, then you believe that truth is relative or it's fluid. So something that's true right now could be not true tomorrow or something.
yes, well, and I believe it could be true to one person and not true to the other person, but the person that it is true to could very well be true, if that makes sense. In the sense that
makes sense. I don't believe it, but yeah, I can understand it.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking about in terms of like religion, like Muslim radical terrorist might believe that he is right in doing these things, whereas a Jewish conservative Orthodox guy might believe something totally different.
Right.
And you're saying they're both right in a way?
That's what's hard about religion, is because how can you tell someone that their religion is wrong?
I mean,
because
we might both be wrong. That's what I believe.
Well, I think everyone's wrong. How can anyone know what is true? That's what's
everyone
beautiful
could be
about
wrong.
religion. That's what's beautiful about it, is because it's all about faith, right? And so the fact that it's all based on faith, no one's right or wrong.
I think we could be all wrong, but I don't think we could all be right.
No, we're obviously not all right.
Right.
But we definitely could all be wrong.
But you wouldn't say that some radical beliefs are wrong? Like,
Yes, I absolutely believe some radical beliefs are wrong. And I have a problem with organized religion.
I can't keep up with her relativism. Actually, not just her, but it's because no one can be consistently subjective. You can't be absolutely relative. Because anything could be true or
Anything
false.
could be true or false, especially when it comes to what happens after death. Because how the fuck would I know?
Unless someone died and then came back and claims to have some knowledge.
But how do I trust that person?
How do you define God?
Well, this is part of it, right? And so it's like, God to me is synonymous with, it's like when you go to sleep at night and you're having a dream and have experiences, and there's a place and you go through emotions, and you know there's other beings that are there, but it's fundamentally what's taking place is an experience in the mind of a much greater being. And so that greater being is what you could consider to be God. It's an aspect of your greater self.
You're saying that everybody has their own personal God.
Essentially,
Aspect of yourself leading you forward.
Essentially, however, we're all a part of a much greater being, including that being as well. Like,
the Buddhists like to term it as the force in the universe. I
Yeah.
think that's how Star Wars got the force.
Haha, that's
He
amazing.
was really into Zen Buddhism.
Yeah. That's super cool. And I like that word, actually. And I think that that comes pretty close to how I would
So this force/God doesn't have a personal will, but there is a certain direction or meaning. But
Yes.
it's not like a real person like saying this or that. Or
Right,
deciding.
exactly.
How about yourself? What's your kind of religious
I'm
preference?
Christian. I'm a Christian and I believe in God.
So, where do you fall?
I'm Christian.
Okay.
I believe that Jesus is the Son of God, so I do believe in a personal God.
Mm-hmm.
That He came to forgive sins. So I don't believe that you get to heaven by being a good person, but I believe that it comes from a relationship with God, which comes through Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
What about Jesus being Son of God? How is that a truth statement or an illusion?
Well, I would say Son of God in the same way that every other man, woman, and child is a son of God.
Okay. But hypothetically, if there was a personal God and He wanted to let people know certain truths, whether it's Bible or Islam, Quran or whatever,
Yeah.
how would He get that across?
Well,
I mean, how would He get that across to you? Because you don't totally trust what people say. I mean, even if someone died, went to heaven and came back, I mean, how can you really trust Him?
yeah, I mean, I think that now I say that having not ever having that type of conversation with someone who could make such a claim. I feel like if I had a personal and deep conversation with someone with such a claim, I would not discount that.
I mean, I believe in Jesus Christ, that He's the only way to heaven. And it's not about if you're good or evil, because I believe no one's really good enough for heaven.
No,
So you have to have,
100%. You're always kind of working towards trying to
right,
reach that point, but it's never attainable perfection.
right. No one's really good. No one can reach that level of goodness for heaven.
My rough
I
perspective.
do try to be a good person too.
Mm.
But for me, my motivation isn't about trying to get closer to perfection or heaven. It's because I know God has forgiven me because of what Christ did for me on the cross. So because I'm already going to heaven, because I'm already His child,
Right.
I want to live in a way that gives Him, that honors Him.
Honors
you know?
Him 100%.
Yeah.
No.
But if I trip up or if I go insane and I kill people, I'm not gonna be afraid that I'm gonna lose my place in heaven.
Right.
But you know, I'm just gonna try to honor God. But it's not
No.
like I'm afraid that did I make that level? Did I
No,
make the
right,
cut?
yeah, no.
Yeah. So,
I'm saying that when it comes to God, and
Uh-huh.
I don't think strongly that God doesn't exist.
Oh, okay.
I think that I would put that on the list of things that I would very easily be arguable for me. Especially if I was to have any type of profound conversation with someone who could, attest to any type of experience they've had or this and that. Because I do believe that there's, something stronger than us out there.
Because I do believe it's really, the focus is really about the relationship with God.
No, definitely.
It's not really about, do I have enough points for heaven?
No, right, yes. It's like, yo, get that statues, the chains, the necklaces, the everything. It's the spiritual connection. Glad you asked this. This is a great conversation. You did a good bit though throughout the night, or?
Yeah.
Or so. I was saying, no, definitely a pretty cool take on things. Have not had a driver present something kind of like this before.
Yeah.
Good
I
conversation.
like to make things interesting.
No, definitely.
Thank you so much. Your car's so cool.
Oh, thanks.
It's the best lift I've gotten. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Jason, Shayna,
Shayna.
so nice to meet you.
You too.
Lovely conversation.
Yeah.
But hey, very
Bye,
nice
bye.
meeting with you. But hey,
Nice
have
talking
a
to
safe
you, man.
night. Very nice talking with you.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and share on your Facebook. And stay tuned for Uber Clubbers Halloween edition. Actually, can you comment below and give me some ideas for that? But until then, check out these other videos.